Well, you Screwer here, back on your ABC with the third and final episode of the You Screwer Show. Yes, the show has been axed and dustbin, never to return on the ABC. I would like to make welcome to this last episode my only guest. He's the ABC's senior news presenter. He's the co-host of News Breakfast, and he, of course, also was the host of the ill-fated 1-1 program, which was also sadly axed. Welcome to the program, Michael. Look, I'm only here because despite my strongly expressed reluctance and reservations, I'd have forced me to appear on your program. Well, Michael, I really do appreciate your candor. Well, I am known for meaning what I say, being a bit of a straight shooter, if you like. No, Michael, I meant I really do enjoy your candor, as in a candor in these tasty, delicious snacks that you can get from the ABC merch department. This one's milk chocolate. They come in, I think, about 5 flavours. Very tasty. That's nice. Smart marketing by the ABC. Of course, as you said, Michael, you are known for your candor. So this is candy, if you like. So you take the Y off candy and put the OR, and you've got Candor, Michael Rollins Candor, and there you are, being very candid there. They've also got the merch department. They've got some very handy pocket guides to reading Weber charts. They're the Nate Byrne pocket Weber chart reading guides, and they have run out, of course, of the Tony Armstrong moustaches. Oh my God, this is worse than I thought. Anyway, Michael, we've come full circle, back on the same set as where you interviewed me for the first episode of 1-1, except this time we've swapped places, but we still have the same 2 very uncomfortable chairs for the interview. They are made more comfortable by using one of these lower back support pads. It does change the comfort a bit. I can't seem to find the one for this chair. The budget for this episode only extended to just one of these back support cushions for the interviewer. Now, why doesn't that surprise me? I guess it is the You Screwer Show, I suppose. Anything goes. Hey, that's the Cole Porter song. What are you on about, man? You just said anything goes. That's the title of the song that Cole Porter wrote and released in 1934 for music of the same name. And I'm trying to think, it did have a lengthy introduction, but it went, in olden days a glimpse of stocking was looked upon as something shocking, but now, God knows, anything goes. 1934, eh? That's not very contemporary. I believe that I know a much more contemporary song also entitled Anything Goes, and it goes like this. Why wait for the planes to come when everybody's got us on the run? South Pacific carriers, anything goes. That's much better. Nah, the Cole Porter song Anything Goes is much better than that. That one you just sang, it sounds like the one that Tony Armstrong chose when he was on Take 5 with Zan Rowe. And he does seem to get a lot more appearances on other ABC programs than you, Michael. I appeared on Charlie Pickering's show, The Week. Yes, but you were only on The Weekly once, Michael. Tony Armstrong has his his own regular guest spot on it, and I also heard he's been making appearances on Play School now. Look, Tony Armstrong is a superstar of extraordinary magnitude. We are all at the ABC assisting him in forging his spirit in the tradition of great ABC presenters like Barry Cassidy, Kerry O'Brien and Mike Moore. Anyway, Mr. Exemplar Interviewer, don't you have a single constructive question to ask me? Okay, but Tony Armstrong has already had 2 of his own programs on the ABC, A Dog's World and Great Australian Stuff, and is said to be working on a 3rd program. Don't you feel a little overlooked, a bit neglected, a bit hard done by? Tony Armstrong is a superstar of extraordinary magnitude. We all at the ABC are assisting Tony in forging his spirit in the tradition of great ABC presenters like Tony Jones, Sarah Ferguson and Brooke Vandenberg. Well, Mr. U Screwer, it does seem that you don't have even one serious constructive question to ask me. You are a colossal clown. Okay, Michael, let's take your mind right back to some time ago when you're in your investigative journalism days. And I'm sure sometimes you went undercover or incognito to get stories. Now I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario and a target for a story and a series of complex tasks to complete to obtain the story, and I'll ask you some questions as to how you will go about doing this. Okay? Well, you do have my attention now. I'm almost tempted to believe this could turn into a few moments of interesting conversation. That would be a relief. Now, Michael, you've been given the mission to report on the diabolical and corrupt operations of the evil Dr. Fong at his secretive training and research facilities on his island, known as Fong's Island. You'll need to travel by small boat to an uncharted island, posing as an aristocratic adventurer who is in need of emergency repairs to his small boat. You'll need to infiltrate Fong's nefarious operations, gather evidence on such nefarious activities, defeat a small army of Fong's bodyguard, and rescue and return to the ABC with the kidnapped Georgie Tunney, who was kidnapped by Fong's guard whilst working at Channel 7. Now, you've arrived on the island, Michael. Fong's guard have taken you to see the evil Dr. Fong. What words do you first greet the evil Dr. Fong with? Well, I would simply say, "Greetings, Dr. Fong. Nice island you have." Incorrect. The correct answer is, You are building a fighting force of extraordinary magnitude. You are forging your guards' spirits in the tradition of their ancestors. You have my gratitude. You're just making this up. This is fantasy land, man. That's not even a real answer to any question. How much longer do I have to put up with this folly in these bloody uncomfortable chairs? Well, speaking of uncomfortable chairs, Michael, you do know that if this was a program for Tony Armstrong, the ABC would cough up for a whole new set and some really nice comfortable chairs. Don't you agree? Okay, you got me. I just can't stand anymore. It's worse at the ABC than Marsha. Everything is Tony. And everything is like, fetch this for Tony, get that for Tony. Tony needs this, Tony needs that. It's, anyone think, it's such an easy task to read your story off the auto cue, but he seems to not even be able to do that. And the producer's always just asking, Tony, speak up a bit, Tony, bit more volume. And that's why we have a nickname for him on the set. We call him Mumbles. Mumbles, eh? He was a villain in the 1960s Dick Tracy cartoon, Mumbles. But look here, before any of us start talking about lawyers and things, I will ask you respectively if before this episode goes to air, you can cut out that last outburst I had about my colleague Tony Armstrong, and yes, I would be appreciative of that. Well, I think he just did start mentioning lawyers, Michael, but not to worry. I don't see any problem. We can just give that last bit the cut, and I think that I'll refer to it as the not totally screwed cut. Look, are we done here now? Look, I never saw any point in me doing this interview in the first place. Why, Ita, why? We're just about done, Michael. But I don't know why, instead of just saying why, Ita, why don't you put in a song, sing of gusto? I had just come to idea to me then, like, why, Ita? Why, Ita? So before they come to break down the studio door, forgive me, Ita, I just couldn't take any more. I remember American Hustle, Christian Bale and Jerry Rimmer, and they're at the club with the mafia guys, and that song came on, they sang it with gusto. I cease to be amused. Well, thank you, Michael, very much for coming on the last episode of the You Screw Us Show. In my appreciation, I'd like to give you a Sister Boniface crime scene investigation kit, and it's got all the equipment and accessories listed on the back, and should be hours of fun for the whole family. What do you think of that? Big deal. Well, Michael, I think that you might be needing one of these to relax with after being on the You Screw Us Show. I think you've used those before. I'm off like a dirty t-shirt. That's it for me. and they don't play me on the ABC, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Goodbye. Fall. Your dream world, you screw, is just about to fall. And your dream world is just about to, and you screw up. Your dream world. Some kids got no time for you, screw up. Some kids got no time for you.